Okay, so I am finally back with my full semester recap. So last semester, obviously, I did a mid-semester, so I'm just going to start from the mid-semester recap and go forward. So it was a busy first week back, so we had this pumpkin painting contest at work, classes were back in full swing, and also Angie and Graham came. Some of you might know Angie as Mrs. Anderson, if you ever had her in school, and yeah, they came out. So they're a close family friend of both my family. They live like a mile and a half from me, and then as well Anna's family are very close with them, so it was really nice to see some people that we're like friends with. It was nice to hear the Scottish accents, but it was really nice to see them, to show them around campus. They also took us to Dinosaur Barbecue, which is this famous Syracuse restaurant chain that just has this really nice selection of like American meats. It's really kind of authentic like American food, so that was really nice. So yeah, big thank you to them for coming out. It was really nice to see them, especially during Remembrance Week. They were there for a bit of that, so it was nice to have that support. Then Remembrance Week commenced on the Sunday through to the Friday. Well, technically through to the Saturday for us. I'm going to do a separate video where I really detail everything that sort of went on during Remembrance Week. I feel like it deserves its own video, and with this video, I just want to really focus on what I kind of got up to and the main things that happened during my semester at Syracuse. So yeah, Remembrance Week happened. We had the reading of the names, we had singing solidarity, rose laying speech, we met with the families the day after as well, so there was a lot going on that week. I had like classes, and it was like a lot to juggle, but I managed to get everything done. Then the week after that, it was the elections, so obviously this was a very historic election, a historic time to be in America. And yeah, I have my live reaction to it. I was like filming it when it was going on, and then eventually I went to bed, and I remember waking up I think about 5 in the morning, and I heard my roommate going crazy, like phoning his friends, like turning the TV on. So then I kind of got up and I was like, yeah, I think I know who won, and yeah, that was quite something. Right, so I'm up late at night watching the election results. It is just past 11 o'clock here in Syracuse, and it is a close race currently with Trump slightly in the lead. Still waiting for a few states that could swing it either way, so very close race. So we'll see. I guess in the next 30 or so minutes I will know who will be in charge of the country that I'm living in for the next few months. So crazy stuff. So actually the day before that, obviously there's still votes going on, so my roommate went to line up, so I went with him. I lined up and I went all the way through, and then obviously I couldn't vote, so I just had to like step out, but they gave me a little I voted sticker with the US flag, so I have a little souvenir, which is really cool. So I'm going to keep that, and I'll always remember that's from my time at Syracuse. So yeah, that was the election. So then after that, so that was on the Monday, I'm pretty sure. Then at the weekend we had like a Friendsgiving with the Remembrance Scholars. So Friendsgiving is like Thanksgiving, but it's like something that's kind of becoming more popular. It's like friends will get together and do a little pre-Thanksgiving. So all the Remembrance Scholars put this together. They invited me and Anna, and we had this wonderful time, this great night where we all brought different food. So because there was quite a lot of us that were from different nationalities, obviously us being from Scotland, we have, a few different people from other places as well. Danis being, I'm pretty sure, is Bulgarian. Hopefully I've not offended you, Danis, but I think it's like half Bulgarian, and he brought a dish from there. We had some Chinese food as well, and I obviously brought some Scottish food. I felt I had to share a bit of my culture, so I brought some neeps, and I love telling people neeps, because then they're like, what's that? Like haggis, neeps and tatties. Like, it's always fun to see what people guess those foods are. But I brought neeps, and it was a really nice night. I was quite surprised with some of the like American food. So I can't remember the name for it, but it was sweet potatoes, and there was like marshmallows on top, and they were then like burnt with like a torch, or like toasted with a torch, and they were actually really nice. But it went with the main course, which kind of threw me off because it was quite a sweet dish. And then I also really liked the pumpkin pie, and me and Anna also learned how to use the whipped cream cans here. So I'd like seen them in the dining halls, and I'd like opened them to try and use it, but I had no idea because they don't have like the little press down like little divot in the cap. You have to like push the cap forward. It was like really a foreign concept to me, but they then explained this to us, which was quite funny, and I think they all found it quite funny because they're just so used to that being the case. So yeah, that was just like a really fun night. There's like a load of pictures from that as well, and it was just a great experience. So then there was also like an international student Thanksgiving dinner that I went to with Kelly. I was on like one of the main tables on the stage, so that was cool. Got to have some Thanksgiving food from the university, so thank you to the university for putting that on, of course, as well. That was very nice, a nice experience for I think a lot of the international students' first ever Thanksgiving. And then I was off to LA for the week of Thanksgiving. I have a friend that lives out there. I was actually helping him move in, helping him set up a photo studio because he's opening a business in that space, and it was a really fun week. He does like similar training to me, and like I've known him since 2019, so it was just really nice to be able to do that, have that fun week, you know, to break up classes. Although the one thing I would say is it's spaced out so strange because Thanksgiving happened and then there was like 3 weeks left of the semester after that, so it was like spaced out in a way where it kind of like broke classes up quite a bit, but it was really fun nonetheless. I really enjoyed my week. We went to Malibu as well, and then obviously I think it was 3 weeks later there was like fires in Malibu, so it was a really kind of a kind of like crazy, it kind of like hit me that I was like, damn, I was there like 3 weeks ago and now there was like all these fires going on, and it really kind of makes you think. So then coming back from that, I then met up with my roommate in New York City. I was like flying, so first thing I had a connection from Las Vegas, so I had like 6 hours in Vegas. I did do a small bit of gambling. I'm not promoting gambling at all, but when in Vegas I think you've got to do it, so I had like $10. I went to like a machine, I was like we're only putting in $10, and did that, walked around Caesar Palace a little bit, and then I went back to the airport because I was flying on to New York into JFK. And then after that I then met up with my roommate, so I did some training. I had like no sleep on the flight. I then tried to sleep in the airport for a bit, but I just could not fall asleep on the seats, and I then was like, right, I'm just gonna go do some training. I then met up with my roommate, and he showed me around New York, so that was really nice of him. He's a New York native, lives in Harlem, and he walked me all the way from 83rd Street, I think it was, or 86th Street is where we met. So all the way from there, we then walked down to where the bus stop was. We stopped at various places along the way. He stopped and got me some pizzas, so big shout out to my roommate for doing that. And yeah, it was a really fun day. Him just like showed me around, like, oh yeah, this is this place. He was like, I've got beef with this place. It was really funny actually. But yeah, he's just a funny guy. I feel like he's the physical embodiment of like New York, like a very, very loud, like energetic person. Like he's such a great roommate, so shout out to him. And yeah, then it was like the final week of classes. So before that, the day that I got back, it was the Syracuse-Miami football game, and this was a really big game. There was a big upset, so Syracuse beat Miami. All the students stormed the field, and it was just, yeah, a really big win. It secured Syracuse a bowl game. I can't remember the bowl game that it was. I don't know if it was like the Sugar Bowl or something. There's like different types of games, but they then won the bowl game in December. This was like towards the end of December. So that was like a really big thing that happened when I first got back. So I wish I was back earlier because I could have went to the game. But it is what it is. I had a really good Thanksgiving week, so I can't really complain too much. Then the day after that, we went to Kelly's to have a little sort of Christmas day before we all left for the holidays, because I was then in Toronto the week after visiting family. But that was really nice. Kelly got us some gifts, and yeah, it was just very nice of us. Some nice winter stuff, nice woolly socks, some like lip balm, and it was, yeah, just very nice of us. So big thank you to Kelly. Thanks to Kelly actually for the full semester. She's been such an angel, such a help to me and Anna. So I mean, we couldn't ask for a better person to be helping us out. So really big thank you to you, Kelly. And yeah, so then after that, final week of classes, a lot of tests during this week, and then I had tests running into next week as well for myself. And then I went to Toronto at the weekend, visited some family members that I haven't seen in a while. So the last time I saw some of them was 2019. There was others that I'd seen in 2023. But it was just very nice to see them, to kind of touch base with them. They took me around. I went to my first NBA basketball game watching the Raptors and the Dallas Mavericks. I then also went to some Christmas markets. We did ice skating on the final day, and then I got the bus back to Syracuse. So that was a really nice weekend. Nice to obviously see family members and family that I don't really get the chance to see, so that's been an amazing opportunity to connect with them. And then going into the final week, Anna left on the Monday, so I said goodbye to her. I was then leaving the next Monday, so I still had exams. I had an exam on Thursday which went quite well. I did relatively well with all my subjects. I got a 4.0 in 2 classes, so I really want to be able to say that I got a 4.0 GPA in at least one class, so I can like tick that off the bucket list, off like the list of things I wanted to do at Syracuse. And yeah, the classes this semester, they all went quite well. I think I averaged a 3.4 GPA in total, so yeah, just happy with how everything went on the academic side of things. So then on the final day, the final weekday that I was in Syracuse on the Friday, it was also the 13th, which is the day that Andrew McClune sadly passed away. He was a former Lockerbie Syracuse Scholar, and I actually represented him this year. I did my speech in memory of him, and I have his little pin on at the moment today actually. So I was representing him, so I thought, because it's the last day, because it's my last day here, I thought I would get a rose for him and lay it down. So I got a rose, and it was actually really emotional just walking there. It was like a mile and a bit to walk to the rose shop, and then obviously walking back, and it was like very cold. But I was just thinking of, like, it was a beautiful day, like it was really sunny, there was like barely any clouds in the sky, and it was just like reflecting on the whole process and everything. And it was a very emotional like walk back to campus to like lay it. Is like, yeah, it was just a very, very moving thing to do, so I felt like it was only right to do that. So I do have some photos in here of that. After that, the day after that, I went to I think it was the Georgetown Syracuse game with my roommate. It was his last day in Syracuse. He was then getting a bus, I think, on the Sunday, and he was then leaving. So yeah, we watched this game, and I think Syracuse won, I'm pretty sure. I can't really fully remember the results, but it was a good game. It was a nice final day thing to do at Syracuse. That was it. I then got the bus back also on Sunday at a different time, and I met up with one of my friends from Scotland who works for Virgin Atlantic. He was flying back over. He was actually on the same flight as me, which is quite a funny story that I'm not going to get into because this is already a very long video. But yeah, I was flying back with him. So on Sunday night we went round New York. We went round some Christmas markets, which was really cool. We were staying in a suite across from the Muhammad Ali room, which was really cool as well. And yeah, it was just a really fun time. So then on the Monday I had some training to do, so I went to go visit a friend of mine that lives in New York, and we went to his gym, did some training there. It was a really good fun session. Then went back to my friend from Scotland's hotel room, showered, got ready. We then went off. He actually was a big help. He helped me get a lot of the gifts that I was like going to get people. I was going to get some like American candy that I didn't really have time to get, but he was able to do that, so big thank you to him for sorting all of that out. And it was just a really, really nice gesture for him to offer me the hotel room for the night as well. That was like nice.
So take care of business.
So yeah, then obviously I got back to the UK and was back home now. So yeah, it's been an amazing semester, such an amazing experience. Big thank you to everyone in Lockerbie and everyone at Syracuse that's made this experience possible. It's been truly a life-changing semester. As I say, I do want to get the Remembrance video out. I think I'll aim to get that done once I've finished the semester and put it all together, because I think it deserves its own video, and I don't want to kind of combine it with this. I think it deserves its own standalone video where I kind of go over Syracuse's Remembrance and then our like Lockerbie side of Remembrance. But I hope everyone has enjoyed the update, and I look forward to putting the next one out, which I think will be probably during spring break, because classes are quite full on at the moment. I've took like harder courses this year, more academically challenging courses, and I'm excited to share them with you because they've honestly really been great courses, and they've really changed some of my perspectives on things, and I'm excited to share that with everyone back home as well. So yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next installment.